Hi everyone, it's Lynnea here for LDRS Creative, and today's video is super special because I am taking part in a blog hop collaboration between Wow Embossing and LDRS Creative. So after you're done watching my video tutorial, make sure that you head over to my Instagram account, and I will leave my link to my Instagram post in my bio below. You want to head over to Instagram and hop through all of the posts, leaving some comments and follows along the way. There are some prizes to be won, plus you're going to see lots of gorgeous inspiration. So let's go ahead and get started with my card. I have taken the LDRS Creative large flower dies and I've die cut them multiple times from some heavyweight white cardstock. I'm going to use some watermark embossing ink to add some heat embossing powder onto these plain white die cuts and kind of spruce them up a little bit. To do that, I wanted to create a handle so that I had some place to hold these die cuts. I didn't want to hold the die cuts after I put the powder on them because that would make the powder kind of go away off of wherever I was holding the die cut. So I made that little handle. It's just a scrap piece of cardstock. I added some adhesive and then I pressed one of the flowers into it. And then I took my watermark embossing ink from LDRS Creative and I pressed that down onto that die cut piece. And now I have my Wow embossing powder and I'm going to sprinkle that on top. I am using the Twinkly Fizz embossing powder trio. The color that I'm specifically using here is Strawberry Sparkle, and it is this gorgeous sparkly pink color. I heat set that with my heat gun, and now you can see all that gorgeous color and sparkle, and I love how shiny it is. I set those heat embossed pieces aside and I'm going to start working on the rest of my card. I have the Cosmos layering stencils and I'm going to start ink blending one of the floral clusters from this set onto a scrap piece of white cardstock. You could stamp first and then ink blend. For some reason, I just decided to ink blend first. I think probably because I had my ink blending supplies out on my desk and I'm a pretty tidy crafter. I don't like to have a whole lot of things out at once, so if I can put things away, I usually do. So I will ink blend and then put those pieces of my project away. I'm just going through and blending this ink on. I'm using all 6 of the layering stencils, using some blue, pink, and green inks from LDRS Creative. Once I have that all stenciled, I'm going to grab the Cosmos stamp set and just line that stamp up over top of that image. And now I'm going to sprinkle on some polished gold embossing powder from Wow Embossing, and I'm going to heat set that with my heat gun. I love the way this gold embossing powder looks against that ink blending. Just check out that shine. It is gorgeous. For my background, I took a piece of white A2 cardstock and I ran it through my die cutting machine with the Quilted Plaid A2 cover plate die from LDRS Creative. That just presses a quilted pattern into the cardstock. It doesn't actually cut it. It's just kind of almost like an etched design. I'm taking those heat embossed flowers that I made at the beginning of this video and I am just scattering them all over the front of my card panel using my liquid adhesive to adhere them down and then using my scissors to trim off any of the excess. And now I have a gorgeous pieced together background that has that wonderful embossing element to it. I'm adding my Cosmos right to the center of my card and I have a heat embossed sentiment that I'll add across the center of that cluster as well. Now I had some extra pieces left over and I could not let them go to waste. I had those flowers that I embossed with the other 2 colors from the Twinkly Fizz embossing powder trio. So I have the original, that Strawberry Sparkle, but then I also have Grape Frizz and Minty Twinkle. I wanted to use those as a simple background and then just have a sentiment on top. So again, I've made a makeshift handle, I have added a little bit of adhesive to the handle, and then I die cut a sentiment from the Large Word Spring Sentiments dies. I added that onto my little handle and I'm adding more of that polished gold embossing powder and I'm heat setting that, and then I actually did it a second time so you can see that this sentiment is so dimensional with that embossing powder. Here's how my card is going to come together. All it's going to take is a little bit of liquid adhesive behind those flowers and then some foam behind the sentiment, and just like that, this card is done. I love how cute and simple this is, and I made it with just some of my extra pieces. So here are my 2 cards close up. I just wanted to give you a peek at that sparkle and the shine from the Wow embossing powders. I love how well these embossing powders pair with LDRS Creative products. Now remember that this video is part of an Instagram hop. So I will leave the link to my Instagram in the video description below, but you want to make sure that you visit the LDRS Creative Instagram, the Wow Embossing Instagram, as well as all of the designers throughout the hop. Follow them, leave some love on their posts, and you might just win some fun prizes, and I know for sure that you'll get inspired by their projects. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!